Greetings, y'all. It is Matt from the Green Arcade. I'm back. And we're playing some more Farm Simulator 25. Back here in Iowa Plainsview. By Celobuki. Good morning to everybody. Hello to everybody on YouTube. We'll give it a minute here. Let people get in. I'm going to go check the prices of soybeans here because we've got a lot of soybeans to sell. Good morning, Twitchy. 519,000 liters of soybeans to sell. So the graph says July, but I'm going to watch for the third day in June. So I need to sleep another day. Good morning, Fuzzy. Let me run over to the house here and take another nap. Yeah, we'll go to 8 because we'll probably have to go through the day a little bit. Open up my coffee here while that's loading. It's as good as always. Good morning, big dog. So do you know exactly when are you going back to the 4X map? At some point. To be determined. Yep, you can join, Fuzzy. It is open if you're on PC. So when we started the Westbridge map, I had it open to pretty much everybody, whether you were on PC or console. But I didn't have any takers on the console side, so I decided, you know what? Let's just open it up to PC. So if you're on PC, you are welcome to join. Alright, let's check those soybean prices. Yeah, see, it evened out there. I thought it would do that. So where are we going to go with it? 22.69, 22.96. Looks like 22.96, but that's on the train. I don't really want to sell on a train. So 22.69. Going to the AGI dryer, wherever that's at. Out there somewhere. It's that way. Or wait, is that the dryer over here? Pretty sure that's not a sell point. Is it? It says it is. Can you sell in this? I don't think you can. I think since we own it, you can't sell at it now. Hello, Kevin. How's it going? Turn that off. I don't think we can put any in there. So what's the next place? The other two are going up still, so I may fast time a little bit. I have a feeling that today is going to be the day to sell them, though. Go ahead and get the trucks loaded up here. Doing good, doing good. Soybeans. There we So I did go with these 40-foot trailers instead of the 48-foot trailers. They were too long to get into town, and they were too heavy to pull with these cab overs. So all right, so those are going up according to that. 22.22 and 22.15. Remember those numbers. I gotta light up my keyboard here. There we go. I'm gonna just fast time a little bit. It's 8 o'clock now. It's always weird seeing the clouds going by so fast. Let's stop at around 10 and see which way it's going, if it's moving. So 22, yeah, it's going up. 22.25 and 22.17. So it's looking like the grain sell point. We'll keep fast timing though, because it's still going up. All right. I'll pull on forward here, Fuzzy, so you can get in here. All right, we'll stop it at noon. $22.26. Kind of leveling out there. It actually went down $1 there. I think it was at 220, 22.27 there. I think we keep going and just kind of watch that other one. We'll sell them here. Let's go to... Let's just go and watch it. $22.26 and $22.19. Yeah, 22.27, so it's going back up now. I'll go maximum 3 o'clock now and say we sell it. 22.27. Yeah, 22.27. So we're going to the grain. Whoops. We're going there. So that is down south. Come on, truck, go. you can definitely tell the days are getting shorter now, because out my window here, the light is not, it's not as bright as earlier as it was. It feels like it's around 6 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. So cleared all them trees out there in front of the Jackson farm. Plowed that up, cleared it out, plowed it up. Whoa, don't pull out in front of me. Don't pull out in front of me. And then this field down here, this area where the trees were on the other side of the tracks down here, plowed a little bit of that up. Probably will put some type of specialty crop field in there. I haven't decided whether to do sugarcane or sugar beets. I'm leaning more towards the sugarcane. Where are you going, school bus? My way. That's what you get, Karen, for passing on a double yellow. So yeah, there's the big kind of long field over there. Yeah, leaning more towards sugar cane, because with the sugar cane we do have the modified header that will do that for the forage harvesters. Morning, Big Al. Yeah, the 4X map, the Judith Plains map, I need to get back over there and probably need to do it on a YouTube video and then come back and do some live stuff from there, because I've got to clean up equipment over there really bad. There's been a lot of updates and all that stuff to the mods, and the mods, it's just, the mod folder is ridiculous. I need to get that all cleaned up. Need to weed out what we don't need and what we don't use. And alright, it's gonna be this place back behind the train terminal here. Just gotta figure out where to go through it. I'm guessing right there. Alright, sell that beautiful bean footage. There's a good thumbnail right there. So 162 per load. Buzzie's coming in with his load. Well, it's a lot easier going back without a load. It's not as heavy. These are still heavy even on these 40-foot trailers, but man, that 48-foot one, I tried pulling it even with the Mack truck. It wasn't a great trip. Very, very slow. Good morning, old man. Old man, trying to think. The mods, you should have the mods that are in this map from the original drive. If you need the new link, I'll send you the new link to the smaller folder if you don't have it. And then there's a few out of the mod hub. And the password to get in is, if I remember right, been a couple weeks, but I think we made it pizza pie. All lowercase, all one word. Pizza pie, maybe? Yeah, let me know if you need that new link. I've only got, I think, 3 on this map that are in the Google Drive. And those trains are a rolling, man. I'm guessing they're hauling grain out. Yeah, let me get in here. Oh, I missed my turn. Or no, I didn't. Here it is. Let me get in here where I can get refilled, and I'm gonna park off to the side, Fuzzy. You can go ahead and get in there and grab another load. I need to redo this yard too. Put down a little more gravel. Maybe build a bigger shed out here in the middle too. Park off to the side here. So let me get that to you. I'm gonna whisper this to you, old man. Copy. And then say something in chat, old man. Say something else. Just so I can click on your name here. Here we go. Alright, whisper. Alright, you should have that link now. And I'll probably be adding something to that, maybe. Just to, you know, kind of what's essential. Definitely a lot less than it was. I think there's 3 in there right now, maybe. And it's down from what, 500 and something? And we head over there on Judith Plains. So yeah, before we go back to Judith Plains, I want to clean that up. I want to clean that whole mod folder up, because there's a lot of stuff in there that we got rid of. I know probably we'll be getting rid of the 5088 mod. UI Modding's working on another one of those. Tell you, I've really been a fan of EY modding and Hispano modding. They've been putting stuff in the both the PC and the console mod hubs, and a lot of it is equipment that we have used before, and a lot of it is equipment that is like very popular, or at least for me, very popular equipment. Oh boy. I wasn't watching the road. Hang on. I gotta get my truck back up there. Come on, build up some speed. Now we get out on this approach up here. When you're trying to do like 2 or 3 things at one time and drive your truck down the road, what I need to do is engage that auto steer. Here we go. Got that there. I did sell back the Capello corn headers. They don't work. I mean, well, they work, but you have to actually use them. For the AI, for the hired workers, they miss a lot of corn. And I'm hoping that the new ones that I got, the, I can't pronounce it, Nerf, something like that, the G's, we're going to call them the G's because I don't know how to say it. I'm hoping they'll work better. So I got a 12 meter one of those, and it does fold. The in-game one, I had the in-game one, but apparently it does not fold. So I've got one that folds now. It's got the dual PTOs on it. Boy, coming down that hill is like a roller coaster now. Yeah, I'm just steering clear of the Capellos. Hispano did those Capellos that are in the mod hub, and then Stevie did some too. But they both, I think they're both built off of the original Capello headers from 22, and they had issues back in 22 doing that as well. I know back then, you know, we were using the other GPS, and you could change the actual width. So I think we went down from 12 meters to like 11 point something to make them kind of work, but with the new AI system, it's different. I'm not sure that it locks in at what width you set it at. Yeah, everybody's been asking about you, old man. They're like, where's old man at? Where's old man at? Everybody's been asking about Phil, too. I don't know. I don't know where Phil's at. I haven't heard from Phil. I guess I need to pop him a message. Morning, Positive Pizza Power. You thought I knew texting and driving was dangerous? Oh yeah. In real life, I definitely don't do it. I'll be in a vehicle with like my brother or somebody, and they'll be doing something on their phone, texting or something real quick, and I'm like, put your phone down. I never do it. My truck has what's that called? With the iPhone, it has the CarPlay thing, so I can still do text messages, but I don't have to look at it. Basically, I just say, tell. Well, I'm not gonna say her name because she'll come up and want me to talk to her. I'll tell my phone that, when I get a text message, I'll be like, read text message, and then she'll read it, and then she'll say, would you like to reply? And then you can say, yeah, reply with whatever, and then send it or don't reply at all. It's a nice little feature, that CarPlay. Can do my music through there, can do the texting through there, can do my GPS map navigation through there. I remember when navigation was a printout sheet from MapQuest. I was always like the navigator. I'm going to pass on the double yellow. You know what? They do it. I'm going to do it. Laws must be different here in Iowa. Yeah, I hope Phil's doing okay. I know he cut his, the last time I talked to him, which I think it's been a while, he cut his finger doing some dishes. But I haven't heard from him since. Maybe he'll be here tomorrow. Maybe not. Kind of got a feeling maybe the mods, being so many mods that, and you know what? I think I remember talking to him. He was having some, I don't know if it was really computer issues or he just needed to have it like serviced or something. He said he had a guy, so maybe his computer's down. I don't know. And he might just be working, Everybody's working for the weekend. Everybody's working for the weekend. Used to use the paper map, yeah. We would print out the map and we'd print out the directions. We'd know our destination ahead of time, kind of like following a flight plan, and then we would have turn-by-turn directions on the printout page. I don't even own a printer now, so it'd be impossible to do that. I guess I could print it at work, maybe. There's old man. Put in some refill tanks over here. We got 227 some odd liters here. Tell you, old man, if you want to grab a tractor and get the grain cart, the auger wagon's back here behind the silos. You can grab one of those and meet us down there. Put us both up. I'm trying to remember how much we hold in these trailers. I want to say it's 60 something thousand. Nope, 73,000. 73. I gotta sell back that small cedar too. I bought the bigger, a bigger cedar. I'm gonna try it out. I'm always nervous when I'm buying cedars because I know the, what is that one? The Amazon cedar that's in the game now. It misses. If you're not on a flat field, it misses. Even on a flat field, sometimes that thing unfolding it and hiring it out, it doesn't do that great. So I'm going to test out the horse cedar, and if that one doesn't work out, I've got the small Bordeaux from Hispano that we can get. That might actually be better, having something, not having something with a huge width, working width, but a nice capacity with a smaller working width might be better because it can go over the more uneven ground better. Now the planters I haven't had any problems with really. They do okay. Something about the cedars. I'm not in TeamSpeak, that's why. He's in chat here. Look here and see. We've got, looks like you got the last of it, old man, maybe. Jonathan Homey, that's his name. I wonder what happened to that guy on Fox News. Hadn't seen him on there in a while. He's a business consultant, is what he does. He always reminded me of the remember the Mad TV red-headed kid that was on like the label of Mad TV, or maybe it was Mad Magazine. Kind of reminds me of him a little bit, Jonathan. Honig. Hoenig. I don't know, they're talking about financial stuff and all kinds of stuff on there right now. I was watching the news. Kind of might need to switch it over to the weather because apparently there's 2 possible hurricanes that will be coming in soon. And it looks like they are kind of really near each other. Looks like both of them are going to affect the East Coast. Yeah, he kind of looked like, he did kind of look like Opie, yeah. He does kind of look like Opie a little bit, the younger Opie. Doesn't really look like Ron Howard all that much, but he looks like a, he looks like a, oh, he almost looks like the, kind of a cross between Opie and the Shermanator. Remember the Shermanator? He's kind of a goofy looking guy. Alright, I'm gonna pull behind you here, Fuzzy. And wait for old man to come back. We're up to 1.4 million. Not a bad payday. There he is. He's on his way. Yep, I hope John's feeling better. I think they said he was sick last night, so he didn't stream last night. Hopefully he's better today, and we'll be back at noon today, hopefully. Oop, I have to come back to you. Have to show my backup skills here. Really? What did I say? Oh yeah, John. He was sick last night. Somebody said sick again. I don't know if he's maybe had like a bug or flu or something. I don't know. But hopefully he'll be back today. Guess I should probably wait a second and let that come down. Or I back up too close. Alright, that should be the last of it. It's been going around, yeah. Yeah, we've had actually a lot of flu coming in. You know, you think about flu season, normally it's when it starts cooling down, but we've actually had a lot of, I mean, it's, you know, it's one of those things that catches when it starts ramping up, it starts ramping up. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. More common, I think, when it starts cooling down in the fall, but Yeah, we've had a lot of it. Alright, so we got 1.7 million. We don't have any loan out. I think I paid it all back. So we should be good to go. I do want to buy the flour mill, which is actually the water mill down there. That's the flour mill. 'Cause we've got a lot of wheat that we can start processing. We need to make flour. We're making butter for the buttered popcorn. We're gonna make cheese. I've got that going now for the pizza, so I guess we need to buy the pizzeria place because I've got the ketchup and stuff going too. So need to get the flour mill and the pizzeria. I'll just do what I do, Fuzzy. What I do is I open up the app on my phone so I can view my stream dashboard and stuff from there, and then I just type in chat on my phone now. Still got chat going over here on the broadcast software, but it's a lot easier just to pick up the phone and look at it. I'll see it when it kind of ticks across the screen over there, and I'll just go grab my phone and pick it up and look at it closer. My blind eyes and stuff. Alright, let's see. Did I put the cover on? No, I did not. Put the cover on. Alright. So let's go down to the water mill. Now this is the water mill where you do your flour. It's 300 grand, so it's pricey, but we gotta have it. And then the pizzeria. I think we're ready to do the pizzeria. We've got the dairy, so we're making cheese. We've got the greenhouse doing the tomatoes, and then we bought the ketchup place, so we're making the ketchup. I've got that all distributing, so we need to go and get the pizzeria so we can start making some pizza. Let's see, that's owned. I need to go to available. There we go. So yeah, the pizzeria, the pancakes, that's probably going to be like the last thing, I think. Or close to it anyway. Visit. Where this must be, this is, I don't know why, sometimes it spawns you at the dump point. And then sometimes it spawns you at the, like, buy point. Ooh, look. Pizza. Try our new pizza. Wonder what's new about it. Looks like tomatoes, spinach, cheese, tomato sauce. Pizzeria. Yes, that's 240. we got it. So let me go into the menu again and then see. We go over to the owned. So the bakery, we're not making anything there yet. Let's see. I've got the cheese distributing. I've got the butter distributing. The ketchup is distributing. And then that's our greenhouse that's making the tomatoes. There's the pizzeria. I need to activate that. And then I think we're just going to sell that. So that's on selling now. So when the stuff starts coming over to it, and we have pizzas to sell, that we'll start selling them. Actually, you know what? We could just turn that off for now until we get some products in there. But everything else, I want to make sure everything else is distributing. Making TMR. Oh, you know what? We got to make flour. We have wheat flour, don't we? Wheat flour. So I'm gonna go ahead and activate that, and then we will go haul some wheat over there. We do have a little bit. Wheat. Probably need to go ahead and give a little to the chickens too. Probably need to save a little bit. Where's our small trailer at? There it is. Let me grab that small trailer and we'll put a little bit in the small trailer. Keep that for the chickens for the time being. Bought the little Farmall case tractor. It was on sale. I was like, you know what? Let's have it. We'll have a little small utility tractor. Then we've got the Puma and we've got the Magnum. This will hook up to that. Yep. Ease in front of you here and get a little bit of that wheat. So I'll just park this over here. Use that for the chickens. Alright. Now to the flour mill. See the best way down there. A left and then the right. Yeah, we're in the restaurant business. In the pizza business. Alright, right at the fork. And before I pull off the road here, I'm gonna go see where I need to go. Oh, I see a floating tree over there too. There's a floating tree over there. Where's the dump point? Oh, there it is right there. So, I'm assuming we can make a loop through here. Oh yeah, it'd be best just to come straight up this road and make a right. Okay. Or well, tell you what, old man, you're here. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna go make a right here and go around. That way you can empty into one of us. You might have to push me up the hill. I don't know, huh? Maybe I'll make it. Alright. Got that. I'm gonna go put that on distributing if I haven't already. Yeah, it's already on. So it's on storing, but I need to switch it to distributing. There we go. Y'all looking forward to the Highlands map? Cannot pronounce the name of the town. Kingling? Y'all looking forward to the fishing and the extra furry cows? What was that in the field? Was it onions or something like that? And then you get to go fishing, and then you get the new equipment, and get to drive a boat. Whoa, truck. Alright, got that done. Let me double check everything, make sure everything's doing what it's supposed to be doing here. So we've got our wheat, the wheat flour distributing. TMR mixer still going. We need to get some hay and more silage. Well, we've got silage. We got a lot of silage bales sitting over there, but we do need more hay bales. So maybe we'll do just hay this time around. The popcorn place is going, both regular popcorn and buttered popcorn. We've got butter and dried corn in there, so we're good there. The pizza place will be going soon. I think I've got the ketchup place distributing. Yep, we're distributing there. We don't have any tomatoes in there right now. We do have some ketchup in there, but that ketchup should be distributing now. It's on distributing. Do I have to activate it first? For it to take stuff in? No, I think it'll fill up. I think it'll fill up even if it's deactivated. I don't know. We'll wait and see. I've got it on distributing. It may take a minute because it's a new production too. There's the one that's doing the tomatoes. Whoop, save. There's the ketchup place. And it is distributing. We're just waiting for tomatoes. Do we have any? Yeah, it's a slow process. Probably need to get all three of those things going. And then there's the butter and cheese. And then everything else. There's the dryer there. Okay. Well, no need to start that right now. I need to go to the next day, I think. Anything on sale? There's another case baler on sale. Not a bad price either. 75,000. What else we got out there? Any land for sale? We need a lot of land. We're gonna need land. We're gonna need a lot of the bigger fields are in potatoes right now, and sunflower over there, and we got corn down south. I did buy those. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on that baler for now. All right, let's go into July, and then we can make some hay. Make a lot of hay for a little pay. Alright, so we will cut with the MacDon if somebody wants to cut with the MacDon. We need to put a tractor on the tedder. I would say put probably the small farmall on the tedder. Probably this one. I've got all the hay equipment over in the other barn over there by the cows, so. And then we'll need somebody on probably the oxbow. They'll probably grab the New Holland tractor and take the Brooks off the front and put that on the oxbow merger, and then eventually somebody on the baler. If y'all want to mow, you can mow either with the MacDon or you can mow with these mowers that I've got in here. So I've got the Vicon mowers in here. If you want to take a tractor and mow with them, you can. Yeah, that'll go on the tedder there, Fuzzy. And let me go grab. I'm gonna grab the New Holland here. I'll put it on the oxbow merger. Been working on a few trees, trying to get some more wood chips for winter sale. It's too bad we can't have like a burger joint, like a burger place or a steakhouse. Be really cool if we could have a barbecue place, so we'd have a place to take the pigs. We could have a steakhouse, so we'd have a place to take the cows to, or not the dairy cows, but you know the Angus cows. We could have a place to take the chickens to if we had a chicken place. That'd be great to have a map like that. Somebody could put in like, I don't know, a Kentucky Fried Chicken, and then maybe like a Sizzler or Ponderosa or something for the steakhouse, or you know, something like that, and then some kind of like small barbecue place or something. If you really wanted to get into it, you could have the productions for, you know, the processing of all that. And that doesn't have to be graphic. It just needs to be a place where you go and sell your cattle or something, or, you know, take them in there to drop them off and process, and then just have the meat distribute to the restaurants and sell all the stuff at the restaurants. So fuel. It doesn't matter which field. We can do. I've got 2 grass fields. I've got the one over there on the east side, and then I've got the one up north. So I would say probably just go ahead and do both of those in hay. Matter of fact, we can hire the MacDon on one and do the other mowers on the other one. And speed this process up a little bit. Now here, actually this mower, yeah, I think I can run the other with the Puma. Here, let's see, I need to switch this to not merging. Here we go. 2. That's good to me. I'll hire that out. And I'll do the merger with this. Really, we probably won't need the merger on that field up there with the MacDon. If it's just dropping the grass, well, no, we'll still need it because we'll need to ted it. All right, I'll wait till you ted that there. Did they plant anything out there yet? Not yet. There was a contract for them to plant sorghum down here in Field 7, but I don't see it in there yet. Nope. Got something right there. What's that? Oh, that's peas. Okay. Might invest in the green beans and peas. Green beans and peas, not green bees. Green beans and peas. Is that ready to harvest? According to that, that's ready to harvest. Is there a better time of year to harvest peas? Says it's ready to cut. So I guess we can go ahead and come in and cut. I do have that mod on to where we can do the regular harvester. How much is that field? Oh, there's a save. Right as I clicked on it, it started saving. 402. So we could buy that right now. Do we want to just sell the peas? How much do peas go for? Peas. There they are. Let's see. In November, they'll be $2,000. October, November-ish. Can you put peas in the silo? know if you can put peas in the silo. We'll test it out. Check contracts here too. Nothing on the contracts. Don't think you can put peas in the silo? Okay. So that means we'll just have to store them. Wonder what the yield is like on them. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and buy it. Because, I mean, it looks like they're fully fertilized. Yeah, it's fully fertilized. And according to this, it's ready to go. So we'll just go ahead and buy it. Honestly, once we get whatever crops go in there out, we're going to be merging probably those 3 together. Yep. And then probably these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 together, and we'll clear out those woods. That'll be a nice size field right there. Road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Who was that character? I have a vague memory, and I don't know if it was a cartoon can't remember if it was a cartoon or what it was, but there was something. It was either a cartoon or something. It was when I was little or a kid that they ate pea soup. It was a cartoon. I know what it was now. It was the Rescuers Down Under. Weird how that memory popped in my head just thinking about that, but it was the Rescuers Down Under. Somehow they, they're the animals, the mice and the bugs and stuff, they're cooking the dinner. They get their hands on a pea, and then they turn that into pea soup. And that's what Bernard and the other little mouse, I can't remember her name. Bernard and Bernice? No. Bernard and Belinda? Bernard and Belinda, maybe? Bianca. Bernard and Bianca. That was their names. And then you had Wilbur. He was the big albatross bird. And Joanna was like the giant lizard thing. See, I need to go this way, don't I? Grab some fuel too. Yep, they made pea soup and added a little, I think they added a little pinch of salt to it. I remember when that movie came out, they had the, I want to say it was either Burger King or McDonald's. They had the little Christmas ornaments in the shape of like the little mice, Bernard and Bianca. There is not a lot of clearance under this gas station. If we bring the larger combines in here, I don't think they'd fit under here. And it's even still folded up. Alright, positive piece of power. Hopefully John will be back today too, so hopefully he's feeling better. If I want a pizza, I'm gonna have to go out and grab one, because I did not grab one yesterday. I'll have to go out and get one. I think all the menu price pizzas are 50% off right now at Domino's. I'll have to double check on that. They had a any topping deal for $9.99, but you can get a specialty pizza for half price. I mean, hey. It doesn't look ready. I mean, it is. I mean, I'm not a pea guy, but it almost doesn't look tall enough. Granted, you don't normally cut peas with this type of harvester. Here. Boy, them peas are green. Look at that. Like I'm harvesting Nickelodeon slime. Look at that. Look how green the dust is back there too. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a pretty high yield. This will be 10,000 liters per tank on this. This is not a too bad of a size field either, so. But if we get these harvested down, come September we can put this in wheat or barley. I'll just fill this up and then I'll come back over and either ted or merge or whatever we're doing over there. Get our hay bales going. Nickelodeon slime, it's the same color. Nickelodeon. Back when Nickelodeon was still great. For all the really young kids out there, Nickelodeon was awesome, really awesome back in the day. Back when they still had Nickelodeon Studios and, you know, you had all your Nickelodeon shows, so Double Dare and Guts and Legends of the Hidden Temple, and you had your shows like Are You Afraid of the Dark and Alex Mack and all that. You looked forward to Saturday nights. Yeah, they called it Snick. Saturday Night Snick. They had an orange couch and it had some pretty awesome promos with it. And you had all those shows. You had Alex Mack, you had They did have Roundhouse, but I think they had Roundhouse before. That was kind of right before all that. And they brought all that in there. And Are You Afraid of the Dark? And I think there were some other shows that I'm probably forgetting about. Alright, so I'm just going to leave that there. Alright, mower is running. You got the tedder running. Tell you what, while we're doing that, I'm going to grab a trailer over here and put some of these silage bales in there. So we'll have some room for some hay bales here. Nice having that auto load trailer. Oh, you know what? I do not have my front weight on. I can tell the difference. My front end pops up. Let me go grab my weight. Okay. And what, 3 more stacks? Yep. Yeah, it still pops up a little bit, but it didn't pop way up there like it did. Let's check on that. Oh yeah, we get plenty of room for more silage. And then plenty of room for hay. That'll free up the space to put more bales down too. Alright. Got the bales. Oh no, did I not do? Nope, I dropped my weight. You know what? I do have some chili in there I could eat. I just absolutely don't want to go out and get a pizza. I've got cheese. I've got chips. I've got crackers. I've got the chili. Ooh. Trying to figure out where I cut my arm at. I've got a cut. 2 little cuts. Kind of really more like 2 little dots. 2 little puncture wounds. I don't know what it could be. I don't remember doing anything where I would have cut it though. Maybe I had an alien biopsy while I was asleep. I don't think so. It almost looks like a snake bite. But there's no swelling around it. Doesn't look like there's any inflammation or anything. It just looks like 2 little puncture wounds. I don't know. I'm trying to think back to what I might have done to get 2 little puncture wounds. I haven't really done anything. No, I haven't really done anything to, anything that would have done puncture wounds like that. They did bleed a little bit. Haven't really moved anything. Haven't, only thing I really, that I might have done, took my trash out the other day, but this, I think this, I would have noticed that. This had to happen last night. Maybe I was sleepwalking or something and did it. I don't know. But what would I have done it on? Hopefully I wasn't sleepwalking and went outside. I guess if I went outside I could check my cameras and see if I'm walking out there, zombie-ish, zombie-like. Don't have any cameras inside the house. I would say most likely if I was sleepwalking, they would be in the house. Don't think I would have went outside. Well, I don't think it's insect bites because there's they look like little two puncture wounds side by side, and they're like really close together. I would say both of them together might measure maybe a centimeter, maybe if that. Maybe half a centimeter to a centimeter. Crazy that both puncture wounds, or if they are puncture wounds, that they're both like the exact same size. I don't know. I'm just trying to think back. Did I carry anything in my arm that would have done that? Or did I bump up against something? I don't know. Ooh, I need one of those. It's along the lines of like a dustbuster. A horsepower duck. That looks like a nifty little vacuum. Where did that put us on silage? Yeah, we're pretty good on silage now. We just need hay now. Big dog, Traxie, she actually passed away back in the late winter, early spring-ish time. My dad had her. I just let him hang on to her. Um, after I had the heart attack, she went out and stayed with him, and he kind of grew attached to her. So I let him keep her out there at his house. So, but yeah, she passed away. I think he had another cat too. He had Traxie. He had a cat that was very old. He had a cat that was 16 or 17 years old. And then he's got another one that's kind of close to that. He's got another one that is so he's only got one cat now. And it's kind of an indoor / outdoor cat, probably more outdoor. So he'll probably live to a really ripe old age. It seems like the outdoor cats live longer. I don't know, it's just kind of seems like that anyway. But yeah, don't have any pets now. I thought about getting another cat, but honestly, the money that goes into them and the work and everything, and can't really top Traxie. Traxie was, I've had many cats over the years, and she was one of a kind. She, most cats, I'll be honest, most cats are kind of like little jerks. They get into trouble. They get into stuff. They knock stuff off. They try to claw stuff up, and they jump up on the counters and, run around like, they need to be on Ritalin and stuff like that. Traxie wasn't that way. Traxie, she never misbehaved. She was a gentle soul, I guess you would say. She did play a little bit. I'd be in here and you could hear her. She'd meow real loud, and then she'd run and slide under the dining room table. I've got hardwood floors, so she was declawed, so she would run, and she'd run as fast as she could, and she'd slide into home base underneath the dining room table in there. But other than that, no, she was a great cat. Very, very gentle. She would fall asleep over here on the arm of the chair, and you guys that have been watching my streams for a while, you'll know. You'd hear her kind of claw a little bit. She had some claws, like in the back, but she would fall asleep and slide off that arm, and then you'd hear a thud in the background. That was her. She'd be in a deep sleep up on that arm of that chair. Honestly, I don't see me just going out and getting another cat, unless, tell you what, the only way I would get another cat is if, and they call it the cat distribution system, is if a friendly, gentle cat come across my path or something like that needed to be rescued or something like that. That's how Traxie was. Traxie was a rescue. I rescued her from the hospital that I work at. She was living in a kind of like a little courtyard area, and I rescued her from up there. None of the nurses could take her home. They were feeding her chicken salad, and I was like, yeah, you know what? And she was very gentle. She was wild, but she would at least come up to you and want to be, gentle and ask for pets and stuff like that. So had to trap her, and I brought her home, and she hid behind the toilet in there for about a day and kept her kind of quarantined in there for a bit, and I let her out and she walked around and explored, but mostly she stayed in there. And one day she hopped up on my bed and she was like, okay, what now? You finish that part there. Or start merging that. I had always thought about getting a dog. But dogs, you know, they're a little higher maintenance than cats are. Cats are pretty low maintenance. One thing about a dog though is you get a certain type of dog, you can train a dog to do stuff. It'd be nice to have a dog, you know, that like, hey, you know, what would I call him? Well, dog. Hey dog, go get me a Dr. Pepper. And you know, you can train them to where they'll you can put a little rope on the doors of the refrigerator and they'll open the door and grab you a Dr. Pepper out of there and then they'll close the door and bring you the Dr. Pepper. That'd be pretty cool. Seen the videos of the dogs watching the TV and stuff like that. Traxie liked to watch two things. She liked to watch Food Network, and she liked to watch Puma Plow. She loved Puma Plow. She especially liked the Minecraft streams from Puma Plow. She would sit there and just watch those. I'd have it up on the second screen, and I had my second screen then was a 32-inch screen, and it was like really close to the arm that she slept on over here on the chair. And every time he played Puma Plow, she'd just be very interested in that. I don't know if it was the creepers or if it was just the colors, you know, everything jumping around or something. Maybe it's because it was like in block form or something, and it was easier for a cat to see. Maybe, I don't know. Good morning, DJ. How's it going? I don't know how to feel about this new Superman movie either. I haven't seen it yet, but I guess I just need to see it and then give my opinion on it, maybe. You know you're getting older when, you know, Superman is Christopher Reeves. That's who Superman was, Christopher Reeves. You know you're getting older when Batman was Michael Keaton. That was Batman. And now, you know you're getting older when you can say, well, Harry Potter was Daniel Radcliffe. And now they've got a new one. And I don't know how to feel about that. It's not a movie series, it's like a HBO series or something. But still, I mean, it's like to me that's still a fairly new like movie series. Because, I mean, what, it started in 2001, and then it went all the way through, gosh, the 20 teens. It's just seeing the different characters, you know. Robbie Coltrane will always be, you know, Hagrid and all those characters, you know. Yeah, go ahead and Ted that field too, Fuzzy. We're gonna do all hay bales. And if we need silage, if we need more silage, there's other grass areas out there that we can mow and get some more silage bales. Plus, we'll have another cutting on this in October. So Batman to you is always Adam West. Yeah, I was gonna say that. You know, there's some out there that are older even than I am, and they would say Adam West. Yeah, I remember Batman and Michael Keaton. He did Batman and Batman Returns. I remember all the marketing for it too. You know, we had Batman cereal that was based on that movie series with him. You had the Batman Happy Meal toys. You had the Batman collectible cups and stuff like that from one of the movies. I don't know if it was the first one or the second one. But you had the collectible cups that were they were either from Burger King or Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut did a lot of stuff too. Pizza Hut did Casper and all them. And then I think Pizza Hut did Batman, and it was one of the later ones. I want to say it was the one with. I want to say it was the one with Val Kilmer, but don't quote me on that. Is there a new DLC coming out soon for Farming Simulator 25? Well, yes, there is. Coming out November 4th, you're going to be able to use the expansion DLC, which is a big one. You know, the season pass, if you get the season pass, you get 3 DLCs and then a really big DLC. So we've already got the first 3 DLCs this year. And then the expansion pack is going to be the new map. And it's going to be the new animals. I guess technically it would be an animal, which is fish. And then you get a new crop. And if I remember right, the new crop is field onions. Either field onions or garlic. I can't remember. I think it's field onions. And then the new map is really cool. You want to see what the new map is, or where the new map is based on? It's based on Scotland. But just watch the first 2 Harry Potter movies, and there you go. That's kind of what it's based on. More so the areas where the train scenes are, and where like the castle scenes are. So like Hogwarts and and all that stuff. You just watch those movies, and that's kind of the area that we're going to be getting for Farming Simulator. Looks like a really pretty map. Plus we're getting a steam engine, and the steam engine is really cool looking. Yep, town's cool looking. Oh yeah, we're getting the cows too. We're getting the Highland cows. So the really furry cows, To me, they look like Snuffleupagus a little bit, but the really furry cows, just Google Highland cows, and you'll see tons of pictures of them. They have long fur, so we'll be getting those. Trying to remember what the DLCs were. The last DLC that we got was the Mercedes DLC. The Plains and Prairie Pack, which was probably my favorite out of the DLCs so far. That was the one that came out, the second one. What was the first one? What was the first DLC that we got? You know what? I think I've got some of them in here. So the MacDon that came out with the thing. I don't have the other ones activated. Other than the Plains and Prairie. What was the first one? Morning, Farmer Nick. Trying to remember equipment-wise what it was. I am just racking my brain. Kind of at a loss. Was it the Nexat? Maybe that's what it was. That one was kind of broken when they released it. I don't know if it's had an update or not, but it's not as popular as I think they thought it would be. That was actually one that I was kind of looking forward to, but I saw the videos of it in use, and yeah, it didn't work too well. Had a lot of missed lines. It's kind of like our corn header that we had. It had a lot of missed lines with it. Let's see. I am gonna have to be able to see my lines because I don't know where I'm going. Yep, that looks about right. So I need to switch that back to going that way. I'm kind of hoping that one of the DLCs might be the new laser weeder. I would really like to use that. There's this new implement that uses lasers and it zaps the weeds right out of the ground. That would be pretty cool. There's also one that uses fire. Like it shoots flames out of it, so it burns the weeds out of the ground. And I think the laser one would be really cool. How come you don't have a laser, Woody? It's not a laser, it's a little light bulb that blinks. What's with him? Laser envy. Alright, that's enough. Look, we're all very impressed with Andy's new toy. Toy? T-O-Y. Toy. I'm sorry, excuse me. I think the word you're searching for is Space Ranger. The word I'm searching for, I can't say, because there's preschool toys present. Getting kind of tense, aren't you? Now, I'm curious. What does a Space Ranger actually do? He's not a Space Ranger! He doesn't fight evil or shoot lasers or fly. Excuse me. Whoa. Impressive wingspan. Very good. What? These are plastic. He can't fly. They are a beryllium carbonic alloy, and I can fly. No, you can't. Yes, I can. Can't. I'm telling you, I could fly around this room with my eyes closed. Alright then, Mr. Lightbeer. Prove it. Alright then, I will. Stand back, everyone. Can you tell that I watched that movie too many times as a kid? Yeah. The Scottish way to say Highland cows is Heelan Coo. Wow, are those rainfall totals? I wonder what the time frame is on those. I'm looking at the East Coast. Looking at South Carolina and North Carolina. It looks like they might get close to... Right now, this is very preliminary, but right now they're saying close to 17 inches of rain. Wonder what the... It doesn't say what the time frame is on that. They're calling it right now. They're calling it catastrophic flooding possible over on the East Coast. I'm gonna switch my second screen over here to the Fox weather. Yep, they're talking about it right now. It looks like it makes a 90-degree turn though. One of them does. There's two of them over there. There's two of them off the East Coast. So it looks like one of them, I'm guessing it's probably the second one. Probably catching the tail of the first one. But it's going to hit in the same area, and then it's going to make like a 90-degree turn and head almost straight east out into the ocean. But I'll say they do not need any more catastrophic flooding. They've already had enough catastrophic flooding over there. Alright, I'm gonna get some go-go juice and then I'll head over there and start merging that field over there. Whoops. Here and get some fuel. Heelan Coo. Switch that back to going that way. Oh, somebody getting married on the beach. Guess they're trying to get it done before the hurricane hits. Wow, that's crazy. Just looking at the radar image. I'm guessing that's future radar for Monday. It's like two hurricanes side by side off the East Coast. Morning, Tomcat. How's it going? So yeah, if you guys want to look at the future, this is future radar from an affiliate station. Tried to find the one from the main weather channel here, but couldn't find the image. All you gotta do is turn it over there and watch it to see it in action. But that image from one of the local affiliates pretty much shows what it's going to be like Monday. So it is future radar. That's not current. It's not like right now today. But yeah, those two hurricanes. It's a rare thing that hasn't happened. They said in 90 years. So two hurricanes side by side coming in kind of at the same time. Very strange. I don't know that I've ever seen two hurricanes come in side by side like that. But yeah, one of them, the one out there kind of further out, is going to be, looks like more intense. It's going to be a Category 4 through sometime Monday. And then the one here on that's like immediately off the East Coast looks like by the time it gets to make, well, I say that it basically, it looks like it's coming up straight up the east coast of Florida. Gonna come up through just east of the Keys, the east coast of Florida, and then come right up the almost straight into the east coast. So it looks like it's gonna be a Category 1 when it makes landfall, and it looks like it's gonna make landfall somewhere around Charleston. And the other one that's out there is still a Category 4, so pretty bad weather out that way. Somebody better call Mickey Mouse and tell him to batten down the hatches, because come probably tomorrow or Monday, it's gonna be something. Alright, I am going to take my quick break, and then I shall return. But before I do, we'll say goodbye to YouTube, and then we'll say hello to YouTube when we come back. I always forget to do this. I try to do this. But YouTube, thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all in the next video. Always remember, you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see y'all later.